Last video, somehow we got a little sidetracked. Yes, we went to an island in the sky, but not the correct one. It's okay, I'm gonna fix the timeline. I had a whole side quest of taking down a crazy chick and then doing the exact thing I was trying to stop her from doing. Now, I can rejoin our good red-haired idiot Adol. The same rules apply from the East 1 video. I just have to beat the game on the hardest difficulty, Nightmare, and fill the entire NPC and enemy log. Now, East 2 is going to be very similar to East 1 gameplay-wise. Originally, the idea was that they were both going to be the same game. Some internal decisions back then made the game's release as two separate games. The bump system is back from East 1, and I never really took time to explain how it works, so I'm going to do that now. You attack by walking into enemies. That's it, great, now we're all caught up. East 2 does have some new mechanics though, introducing magic that can be used. Will this make the game easier or harder? To find out the answer, we're gonna have to check in with our good old buddy, Adol Kristen. When last leaving Adol, we saw him climb all 25 floors of Darm Tower and take down the evil... Seriously, do I have to say his stupid name? Dark Fact. Collecting all 6 books of East caused Adol to shoot into the sky, landing on an island floating above Asteria. Upon landing on the island, Adol is found by a girl named Lilia. She explains that Adol is now on the land of East. Then he passes out. Getting control over Adol right away, noticing some changes, specifically with the UI. I found out a little bit later that I actually could have made East 1 look like this too. I think things would have been a lot easier if I did. Before leaving the house, I'm stopped by Lilia's mother. She tells me to deliver a message to the doctor close by, as Lilia is terminally ill. With that, I begin my NPC roundup, running around talking to everybody I can to fill the NPC log. Arriving at the clinic, the doctor is revealed to be trapped somewhere in the mines. The mines have been abandoned due to demons taking over in the area. Well, sounds like it's a job for Adol. A quick note about the NPC hunt in this village, these two twins need to be talked to individually, despite them giving the same exact dialogue. Talking to the elder, he recounts seeing the goddesses. He takes a look at the books of East and tells Adol he needs to deliver the books to their respective shrines. All of the shrines are located in the Rasteenie mines. With that permission, and all of the NPCs, it's time to head to the Mundoria ruins to begin the grind. Before I can grind anything, I need a sword. Going all the way to the right and then up, I can talk to Legs, who gives me a free sword. Sweet, time to murder. Since I'm playing on Nightmare, the requirement to get all the enemy data is perfect. The level cap in this game is 55 compared to the first game's measly 10. The more data I need to get, the more I can level up and be prepared for the next set of enemies. I will need a bestiary potion in order to record the data, but thankfully you can still retain data without it, making all this early grinding worth it other than the levels. The best part is, since this area is outdoors, I can passively heal, making this a very, very easy beginning. Yet I still managed to die. My first goal? Reach level 6, killing the enemies outside of the mines to hit level 5 first, during which I grab an ancient tablet. Using the gold I've gotten to get the first shield and armor, and this will allow me to be better equipped to kill the enemies inside of the mine to hit level 6. But, oh damn, before I move on, we got a groove. Now that I'm level 6, I can damage these rock guys outside of the mines. They're hiding a rod of divinity. Touching the rod to the statue of the goddesses close by allows me to use magic. I don't have any spells yet, but this will come in handy for later.
Where the hell do you think you're going? You thought you could get away from me? Ow, that hurts.
With all these things done, I can head into the mine and start dropping off these books. Priest Hadal is up first. This fossil tells me the one who controls the demons is in Solomon's Shrine. Once all the books are returned, the path will open to me. The statue also heals me back to full health. This is something important to note, as traveling through the mines is dangerous at my level right now. These enemies can kill me fairly quickly, and each statue being able to heal me is clutch. Since the mines are indoors, I can't heal passively, and this game doesn't have a heal ring like East 1 did. The Rasteenie Mines is a series of rooms that are connected by other rooms. There are many paths to take, and most of them lead to straight up dead ends. When entering the actual mines part for the first time, it can get really confusing where to go. One thing that'll help with navigation is most of these doorways with pillars lead straight up to sanctuaries. These sanctuaries are where the priest statues are, giving quick access to healing. This also gives me a chance to drop off a book at Priest Tova. I'm level 8 here now, but damn, these enemies still can take me down way too fast. From Tova's room, heading back into the mines. This room has an enemy that can kill me in 3 hits, but there's also a Matic here. This item will allow me to break open crumbled walls. I'm gonna need this later to rescue Dr. Flare. First, I can use it on the wall outside the mines, leading to a chest that contains the Bestiary Potion. Not making the same mistake I made in East 1. I spend the next half hour grinding enemies for data, and by the end of it, I'm level 13 with 2,500 gold. I grab some new equipment and can finally move on. Reaching deeper into the mines, I break this group of rocks to save the good Dr. Flare.
I am
Super Saiyan!
I am
Super Saiyan!
He needs a Rotafruit and a Salsetta flower to cure Lilia. The Rotafruit is easily found outside the mines, but the Salsetta flower is deeper in. Priest Dobby is close by, giving some new info about the demons themselves. They're created by magic, giving me the task of finding the goddesses to end the correlation between magic and demons. In the same sanctuary, there's the Claria ring. This ring gives me the chance to parry an attack and take no damage. Already more useful than any ring from East 1. After some more navigation, I find the first magic, fire magic. Now, I can discuss the final mechanic of this game, magic. Throughout the game, I'll receive multiple magic spells, each doing a different effect. This one in particular does, well, this. I can also charge the fireball to make it do a bigger, more damaging spell. I don't know it yet, but magic is the most busted thing ever. You'll see what I mean later. The best part of this fireball spell is that it scales to my strength. Whatever my melee damage is, my fireball does the same. You might be thinking to yourself, wow, that sounds like it makes the game easy, and for once in your life, you'd be correct. The fireball trivializes the game. Later on, there are some enemies that are immune to it, but that's like 4 of them. I end up finding the tomb of Priest Gemma. Gemma? If only that prevented this loser from being born. Then, in the same hallway, Priest Mesa claims his book back. Alright, 1 book left to drop off. First, I need to take down the first boss in the game. Level 14, this should be a piece of cake. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. The idea is simple. The boss is guarding its core. To hit it, a fireball is required. Once its arms open, then the opportunity to throw a fireball is open. The catch is that it's shooting out these blue fireballs. My strategy is to bring the boss to the sides of the arena. Once he opens his arms, then he shoots his balls, attack with the charged fireball, and run to the other side of the room, and then charge another fireball. By the time he comes to the other side, he'll stop shooting, avoiding all projectiles and giving another free hit with the charged fireball. A simple fight, took no more than 15 minutes to beat. Overall, good first boss. Not too hard, not too easy, perfect middle ground for a first boss. Here in the lower section of the mines, there are 4 major items I need to get. The first is the light magic. This magic illuminates the area around me. It even shows hidden doors that are in the mines. Next up, some iron ore. I can give this to the equipment merchant to unlock better armor to buy. Then the Salsetta flower. I need this to cure Lilia. Using the light magic, I can find a hidden room that contains an evil bell. I bring the Salsetta flower back to the doctor in town, and he makes the cure. Then I deliver it to Lilia. Problem solved. Also acquiring the return magic as well. This allows me to teleport to safe areas, but right now, it's only Lance Village. I need to find the last priest, but this guy keeps complaining about sounds in his basement. Using the evil bell in the basement causes a group of demons to pop out. Excuse me, sorry, yeah, pardon. There it is! The last priest. Wait, Fact is his actual last name? So his first name is Dark? It's not like a made-up name? What a stupid fuck. Anyways, Priest Fact gives me a scroll to use in front of the goddess statues. This will allow me to communicate with the goddesses. Each one is truthfully just more flavor text. Now, a door is unlocked in the beginning of the mines. This door leading to the next area, the Ice Ridge of Nolita. The Ice Ridge of Nolita is not that much to talk about other than just get through to the next area. There's no healing here despite 90% of being outside. There are 3 major sections with the caves between them. In order to get through the second section, I need to find a blizzard bulb. This allows me to freeze the gap in the cave and move on to the next section. I'm beginning to have an issue for grinding data here. Since there's nowhere to heal, I find myself warping back to Lance Village so often just to get more healing items. But every occasional stop, I have enough gold to get the next bit of gear. Oh, right, the second section after using the Blizzard Bulb has a Hawk Idol. This allows fireballs to home onto targets. This is where things start to become more balanced into my favor. I eventually make it through to the third section, getting the Altar Magic. This magic will transform me into this cute little fucker. Enemies will not attack me like this, and I can even talk to them. Cool. Nearby is another chest with stone shoes. These allow me to walk up staircases with ice. This is also the moment I become completely unhinged. I realize I can shoot enemies off screen, so I stand in this one spot and yup. The most busted and broken strategy ever, playing East 2 like a damn sniper. On my next visit to Lance Village, I learned that Lilia was kidnapped. Seriously? Just got cured and already getting kidnapped? Using the stone shoes, I can get past all this and get the anti-illusion mirror. This will allow me to reveal the true door to the boss and move on. I'm level 24 coming into this fight. I do not have much to say about this boss. It jumps, don't be under it, watch out for the ice spikes, and hit it with fireballs. That's it. No strategy, just run and dodge. Anyways, moving on to the Moat of Burnedbless, the last area before Solomon's Shrine. This place has a lot going on gameplay-wise. There's several enemies to get data for and a bunch of story progress that needs to be made. First things first, going to the village close by. When leaving from the start, go to the right path. This will bring you directly to the village. What I did was just use the altar magic and ran directly there. Once reaching the village, it unlocks a new point to use return magic. Everyone seems so cautious of me, and I swear it's not because I launched a fireball at this person. When using the altar magic, I can talk to the gatekeeper. This reveals that the village made a deal to keep me from crossing. What is said deal? Nothing really. I don't cross the bridge and the gatekeeper's son will stay alive. No big deal. Coming back as a human, I confront the gatekeeper and bro just folds. I offer to rescue his son Tarf. He gives the whisper earrings. Equipping these will allow me to hear faint sounds. Maybe it'll help find Tarf. They look more like ear cuffs than earrings, but whatever. Heading back to the entrance Burnedbless and using the earrings, I can hear the sounds of non-human footsteps. Heading to this corner and using the evil bell will reveal a village of these adorable monsters that I can turn into. They're called Ruse. I can also use return magic to come back here whenever I want. There's a tiny rhoda tree here and I can take a leaf. This leaf will filter out any poison, and it will allow me to cross a room full of poison gas up ahead. One of them notes a human boy was taken through the poison passage. But before that, I need to just... Okay, moving on. The other side of the poison smoke is more enemies. Also, the first enemy to be immune to fireballs, so it has to be taken down the old school way. I'm not sure what else you were expecting of me, really. I set the bar pretty low. There's also a black pearl clear. After getting the data for these magma dudes, I find a crack in a wall. Using the whisper earrings, I can hear the sounds of a prison on the other side of the wall. It's Tarf, the son of the gatekeeper, but he's not alone. Inside his cell is another demon named Keith. Keith says he can bust down the door and the wall of the cell. All he would need is a black pearl. I slipped the pearl through the crack. Keith books it before he falls in love with me, leaving the pearl with Tarf. Tarf thanks Adol, even though I'm the one doing all the work. Now, time to bring this little fucker back and oh no. I only have 15 health. Oh, if Tarf dies, so do I. Oh no. How did he get stuck like that? What feels like an eternity, I finally get him home. The drawbridge gets lowered, and now I can progress. Now, I'm level 30, and it's boss time. I cannot state this enough. This boss is so damn simple. It opens its mouth, summons a worm that chases you, and after a time, it'll open its mouth again and eat the worm. Attack the boss when its mouth is open, with its fully charged fireball. Easy. Wait, seriously, that's it? Moving on to Ramia Village, I guess. The village sits directly outside of Solomon's Shrine. The villagers are under high anxiety. The demons have been coming out of the shrine and kidnapping people. There's an abandoned house, a little girl all alone, and the most recent victim was a woman named Maria. Who cares? Hot lady weapon shop! I buy out her stock real quick. Any gear upgrades from this point are gonna be found in the shrine. At the gate of the shrine, there's a guard named Gorto. He claims he had a dream of 2 girls who said that I would be arriving. His friend Sada went into the shrine to try to find Maria. Because of an argument they had, Gordo was hesitant to open the gate. He tells me to talk to Hadat first. Hadat is Sada's father. Good lord, these fucking names. Makes it sound like word salad. Hadat requires my help finding his son. Cool. He gives me a Lila shell that allows communication between the shells. Great. Now open the gate. Ow! Close the gate! Close the gate! There's a group of demons guarding the next gate. To get past them, I have to be in the Rue form, which I am from now on calling Rudal. If I left the shrine and wanted to come back, I would need to do this every single time. Solomon's Shrine is absolutely gargantuan. 3 major sections, a ton of smaller rooms, most are just empty and a waste of time, 3 major bosses, a whole subterranean canal with also 3 sections, and 90% of this game's goddamn story. One important thing to note right off the bat, the shrine is mostly outdoors, so you can heal by standing still. Not sure why Ice Ridget's not allowed, but here it is. I'm not going to talk about any of the enemies at all, none are interesting in any way, besides the 3rd enemy to be immune to fireballs. But if you really want to know, most of the time, it looks something like this. Yeah, not too entertaining, I know. Not my fault, the game let me do this. Things kick off right away at the gate of Solomon's Shrine. Talking to the guards using altar magic lets me trick them into thinking that Adol is dead, and I'm just a regular Rue who killed him. Zava, the second in command, is in the section of Priest Mesa. I have to deliver the news to her. That's in the eastern section of Solomon's Shrine. This lady is just standing here menacingly. Talking to her as Rudal reveals that Zava isn't here. She went to the northern section of the shrine for a meeting. In order to get there, I need a pass. The weird lady gives me the pass, which allows me to get through the gate into the next area. Oh god, this is gonna be one giant fetch quest, isn't it? In Fact Sector, there's some new enemy types, which goes exactly like this. Again, it's not my fault the game lets me do this. Walking up to the closed door with the whisper earrings allows Rudal to hear the conversation, and oh, I guess he can see things too. What's he looking through, the tiny crack in the door? Anyway, the meeting is about the sacrifices that got away with the shrine's master key. They also spill the password to enter the next section of the shrine. Rudal tells the guard the password and onto the western side of Solomon's Shrine. The guard tells Rudal to go to the subterranean canal and find the sacrifices that got away. These idiots just love giving out info to people. Entering the room in the middle section of the shrine, a robed man stops me. This is the first time our villain Dallas shows himself to me. Trying to run past him pisses him off and he turns me permanently into Rudal. But this time, he's black with red eyes. How edgy. In this form, I can still attack enemies, but all humanoid characters will act like I'm demon. The canal is the next door, but when finding the people who escape, they just hide from Rudal. I need to find a way to get out of this form. On the other hand, this is a good chance to map out the canal for later, as the enemies will not automatically target me. Never mind. Let's get rid of this curse. To get rid of the Rudal curse, I must go back to the village and talk to Old Man Reg. I guess he knows how to speak demon? He tells Rudal to find a special cup from within the shrine. The cup is in Dobby's sector in the northern building. Using light magic here will reveal the cup. Bringing the cup back to Reg fills it with water from his well. This restores Adol back to normal. I can get back to the canal and get to the escapees. Reaching them, I get access to their hideout. Lilia's here. It appears the demon named Keith came here and rescued them from the bell tower. Keith gave Lilia the master key and instructed her to deliver it to me. With that, Dallas crashes the party. He's watching the entire time, leading him directly to the runways. Bro is just so evil, he decides to turn all the runways into stoners, leaving Adol to watch as the ones he fights to save suffer. Dallas just fucks off afterwards like the loser he is. Okay, new goal. Find a way to save everybody from their fate of being stoned. Well, I have the master key, so now I can open these locked doors all around the shrine. The first one I go to is in the northern part of Dobby's sector. It has a chest that gives time magic. I don't know it yet, but this is super overpowered, even more than the fireball. This magic freezes everything in an area, kind of like the mirror in East 1, but spammable. There's no reason why any enemy should ever be able to deal damage to me after getting this magic. The southern part of Dobby's sector has another door that gives an iron shield, the second best in the game. And the next door is in Fax sector that leads to the second part of the canal. The enemies here are actually kinda tough. Yes, I have range to hit them, but so do they. They can fire these bursts of flame at me. The walls around here are so cramped that it's almost impossible to find a safe spot. Never mind, I found one. Inside the canal is a silver pendant. This will allow me to use any goddess statues in the shrine to reach new locations. Once I find the damn statue, that is. With all that gotten and all the enemies logged so far, I can fight the next boss, finally. I'm officially level 40 coming into this fight. Okay, so this boss is actually a bit tricky. It's the first boss I can say was a bit of a struggle to take down.
The giant enemy spider.
We'll walk around the arena dropping eggs and shooting out projectiles. If the eggs are not destroyed, each egg will shoot out more projectiles. I guess the spider gives birth to lasers. The method of damaging it is the same as other bosses. Shoot it with a charged fireball. The only problem is that it has to be fired below the spider, as its legs will block the fireball. It's also helpful to not use the hawk idol that allows the fireballs to home onto enemies, as it can cause the fireballs to attack the eggs instead of the boss. I found what works best is just make a big circle around the middle of the arena, luring the boss to the top of the room to easily shoot a fireball at it. Other than that, the spider goes down fairly quick. Oh yeah, be careful, you can walk out of the room and reset the fight. Up ahead is a goddess statue that brings me to the east and west wings of the shrine. Rudolph can talk to these specific guards in the east wing and learn that Keith has a key to the water control room for the canals. Okay, I guess the hunt for Keith is on. Close by is the battle shield and the second best in the game, and what will Barockin until the final boss. Oh shit, I forgot to save. Where was I? Oh right.
You motherfuckers, how dare you kill me?
I wanted to be fair, but you gave me no choice. Anyways, so yeah, I got the battle shield, woohoo. Seriously though, who the fuck do you think you are? Oh shit. The third and final section of the canal is here, featuring Walking Dragon. Keith is down here. I'm not sure how he managed to hide from these dragons everywhere, but okay. He says the way to the goddess's palace is through the canals, but first I need to lower the water level. The door is all the way back in the first section of the canals. Oh, come on. After the long trek over here, I lower the water level to the canal, allowing travel between the three areas of the canal through these lower sections. But before even leaving the first area, the battle armor is here. The first canal leads to the third, which leads to the palace grounds. Keith is here. He says the bell tower is here where Dallas performs the sacrifices. One is going to start soon. Maria is the sacrifice this time. Okay, new goal, save Maria. First, I need to go back into the canal. The Falcon Idol is directly at the entrance to the palace grounds. It's an upgrade to the Hawk Idol. It just makes the fireballs split upon impact. Also in the third area of the canals is the Battle Sword. Getting scarily close to the end here, with only a couple more items to round up and a few more enemies to log. The palace grounds has the final enemy type to be immune for fire magic. Not a problem. This is where I had the idea to just use time magic to freeze them, and yeah, it works. It's a lot faster than the fireball, and even up ahead where the enemies can take damage from the fire, it's just so much faster to freeze them and run right through them. The goddess palace is right next to the bell tower. Inside, the goddesses speak to Adol, telling him to find the gold pendant and reach the core of the palace, where they await him. Inside the bell tower is the dreaming idol. If I bring the idol here, the goddesses can undo the petrification curse on the hideaways. 2 goals, 1 bell tower. Alright, let's do this. Entering the bell tower, Zava is waiting, the next boss. I'm level 47 going into this fight. Zava is another one of those simple fights. She will summon bats that shoot out projectiles. That's it. How to take her down? Kill the bats. That's it. Using the Falcon Idol is really good here. The fireballs will hit one bat and have a chance to spread to another. Once all her bats are dead, Zava will take to the middle of the room and spam fireballs all over the room. Spam fireballs back and she goes down faster. Holy shit, I had 1 health left? I beat her on my second try. None of these bosses have even come close to the East 1 bosses. This has been too easy. Maria's chained to the tower center. Adol rushes up the stairs and rushes up the stairs and rushes up the stairs. So many damn stairs. Dallas is at the top. Alright, final fight time. He reveals he's doing the sacrifices to root out the ancestors of the priests of Ys, as they're the ones most likely to stop his plans. Then what the fuck am I? He rings the bell, and with that, the sacrifice is complete. He then fucks off again. What a cartoon villain. I guess he's better than Dark Fact. On the way down the stairs, the Dreaming Idol is available to be grabbed. At the bottom of the tower, Maria lays dead. Shadow the Hedgehog will never be the same. The goddesses keep up their end of the bargain, removing the curse from the hideaways. After I bring the Black Pearl to them. God damn it, where the fuck is Tarf? This little shit dropped the damn Black Pearl? Oh great, Dallas took it. The guards at the gate tell me that the meeting in Sector Fact is over. Okay, let me go check out that room and sweet, the Black Pearl's here. Now, back to the goddess's palace. This time, they for real hold up their end of the bargain, releasing all those petrified. After I bring the idol to the top of the bell tower. God damn it. Wait, where did Maria go? Oh well. This leveled me up twice, by the way, hitting level 50. I waste no time and teleport to the hideout. Lilia went on ahead of everybody. The rest use a wing given to them by Keith to get home. Before leaving, they give me the gold pendant. Perfect, just what I needed. Also, something about Ys returning to the surface or something like that? It's not important, right? In the second area of the canals, there's a man here, the fiancé of Maria. Now, he is no longer petrified, and Maria is dead. So he gives Adol his sword, the Claria sword, the best weapon in the game. Heading back to Ramia village and talking to Hada, I get the Claria armor, the best in the game. Now that I have these items, I can kill the gatekeepers. Finally getting my revenge on these weirdos and finishing the enemy log. Using the gold pendant at the goddess statue that leads to the east and west wings allows me to enter the underpass of the shrine. This brings Adol face to face with Dallas, and their fight begins. Dallas is once again a simple fight, but also kinda tough. Dallas is immune to fireballs, so the damage has to come from the classic way. The issue is he teleports and has giant rocks floating around him, and he shoots out beams. Then once you do manage to hit him, the rocks seek towards you. The strategy? Don't get hit? Seriously, that's the best I got. Might want to brush up on those bullet hell skills. Something fun about this fight, if you use time magic, Dallas will counter it and hit you with a bunch of beams. 10 minutes, done, easy peasy. Touching the stone at the top of the room, transport Adol to a chest with shield magic. This is extremely useful in the upcoming fight. This is the core of ancient Ys. Tarf is here. Maria, I thought you were dead. Wait, your bracelet absorbed the energy from the sacrifice and that's why you're alive? Bullshit. Keith, the fuck are you doing here? Gorto, the gatekeeper? Lilia? Okay, actually this one doesn't surprise me. She gives me the goddess ring, which actually increases my stats a bit. Taking a portal brings me to... Is this the arena where I fought the Bat Boss in Ys 1? How the hell did I get here? The goddess Fina and Rhea are standing on the pedestals, holding back a dark power. This is the true villain of Ys 1 and 2, Darm. Darm was sealed away 700 years ago and now seeks revenge. Seriously, cartoon villain shit here. He wants demons to take out humans. How original. I like Dallas better. Goban crashes the party alongside Luta fucking Gemma. What, did you sleepwalk your way here too, jackass? Goban declares that all the priest descendants are here and that Ys has returned to the surface. The stage is set for a final fight. A quick tune on Rhea's harmonica makes Darm retreat and open the door. I guess Pro is afraid of music. Sleepwalking Gemma gives me the Claria shield. Thanks, loser. Fina spills the beans on her being a goddess, and I have to act like I'm shocked. Inside the room ahead is a giant black pearl, the source of all magic in Ys. I'm to destroy the pearl alongside magic in Ys and the demons. Rhea says that Claria was buried deep within the mines of Asteria. Once it was excavated and mistaken as silver, Dark Fact used that opportunity to break the seal on Darm and the demons. The goddesses empower Adol's blade and the final fight can begin. A quick note before entering this fight. The elixir from the store in Lance Village is damn near essential in this fight. I'm sure you can get by with 3 herbs, but I'm not too sure. I love this cute animation of Fina praying as Adol walks through the door. The final fight with Darm is, a Okay, so you remember that boss in East 1 that was just rocks and the goal was to kill it in a pure blitz of DPS? Well, the same applies here. Darm can only be damaged by melee attacks. He shoots beams, throws rocks non-stop. Sure, there's a possibility that you could play a more slow and dodge fight, but that would take too long. Here's the idea. Make sure all the Claria gear is equipped, shield magic, the goddess ring, and the elixir. The elixir will restore your health and mana to full when your health reaches 0 one single time. Shield magic will take away your mana instead of health until there's no mana left. With all that things combined, just keep whacking the dude till he's dead. Do not dodge, just hit the guy. Once he gets halfway, he'll transform and fire a massive beam. Just don't get hit by the beam and keep whacking him. Then he mixes moves from both phases. Smaller beams with larger ones. Just keep whacking at him. Darm goes down like nothing. I gained 2 more levels, hitting the level cap of 55. Nice, right on time. Magic begins to fade from Adol, draining all MP to 0. Magic in East has officially been destroyed. Adol is teleported somewhere in Solomon's Shrine. The goddesses Lilia, Tarth, Goban, Grotto, Maria, Sleepwalker, and human Keith are all here. The group rejoices that the long fight is over. Everyone here, besides Keith, are all descendants of the 6 priests. All the demons are gone, and East has returned to the surface after 700 years. Shut the fuck up, Gemma. Now that magic is gone and East has returned, there's no need for the goddesses or priests. The group leaves Adol and Fino alone to have their final conversation with each other. She says that all her time as a goddess, she never fully truly felt human until Adol. Fina gives her tearful goodbye, hoping Adol would think of her, not as a goddess, but as a girl. Everyone returns to their homes. Adol spends some time in Lance Village with Lilia before setting off on his new adventure. The goddesses seal themselves away with the Black Pearl, entering an eternal slumber. With that, East 2 comes to a close. Every NPC logged, every enemy logged, every boss killed on the hardest difficulty Nightmare. This game was far easier than East 1, and I'm thankful for it. Since it was easier, it was shorter, but damn, there's a lot going on. I do like the boss design better due to encounters feeling somewhat unique. There's a lot of ways to just cheese the game into being easy as hell. Before I close this video, I want to give a tremendous thank you to everybody that's watching. The support on my Dread Delusion video was incredible, and I cannot thank you guys enough. I'm going to be checking out a different game next time, but after that, East Origins Nightmare difficulty will be next. This has been Terrico. I'll see y'all next time.